Road to Success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank. You are listening, caring partner.
Thomas Edison once said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. My guest today is Dr. Anderson Gitare. He is one of the founding doctors of Andy's Veterinary Clinic. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Andy sounds like Anderson. Is that business named after you, or where did it get its name?
Business is named after two people, my colleague Dr. Andrew and myself, Dr. Anderson. So we came up with a name, and Andy's sounded better to most ears.
So tell me about Andy's Veterinary Clinic. I mean, I've actually never had a guest who's a vet in business. How does it work, and when did you how was the idea born?
The idea was born back in 2004 with Andrew and I. Both of us were veterinary doctors, and we decided to start a veterinary clinic. So we started, the first clinic was it still is in Loresho. We realized there was a need for veterinary services across Nairobi. So we opened another branch on Riara Road, and then now we moved from Riara Road to Ngong Road. It's more spacious there. And then we also have a branch in Mombasa. We realized we were getting clients from different parts of Nairobi, so we decided to expand. And we brought in another doctor. Then another doctor who saw the way we were doing opted to join us. So he came in as an investor as well.
Tell me about the business. In 2004, two doctors. Were you fresh from college? Had you been working before?
Both of us were working in different places before we started the clinic.
So what kind of services do you offer?
We specialize mostly in small animal practice. We are basically a small animal practice, and though we also do a bit of mixed practice, a little bit of large animal, like horses and cows. The small ones are mostly dogs and cats, birds, rabbits, guinea pigs.
I always imagined, what does a hospital for animals look like?
It's just like a human hospital where you have to have equipments for surgery, the anesthetic machines, ultrasound machines, x-ray machines. It's like a human setup. But now this time is for the animals.
In terms of services, what does a veterinary clinic offer?
When one gets a pet, for example, if you get a dog or a cat, it's always good to go and visit a veterinary doctor near you, wherever you are in the country. What the veterinary doctor would do is the doctor will examine the pet, and will ascertain if the pet is good to be vaccinated, is healthy enough. So the doctor will do the vaccinations. The mandatory vaccines, rabies is mandatory. It is required by the law that you have a pet to vaccinate your dog against or cat against rabies, because rabies is a viral disease that can also be passed on to human beings through bites or scratches. The doctor will also administer other vaccines that are beneficial to that particular animal. For example, dog, there are other vaccines that are very helpful, like distemper, canine distemper. There is a virus called parvovirus. It's a very contagious disease in pups that they need to be vaccinated.
Earlier you talked about even having a surgery in the clinic.
The normal surgeries that are very common is the neutering. If you have, for example, a cat will come on heat like 3 times in a year at least. Means it can give birth up to 3 times in a year. You don't want to have your cat give birth all the time. So it's always advisable to neuter your female cat or your male cat. But there are many surgeries that can be done. For example, a dog is hit by a car, has broken a bone. Yeah, we do fix those bones.
What about, I've seen people taking, their pets to vets to have maybe the hair cut or grooming or clipped, the nails and those sort of things. That's part of the services.
Yes, that's part of our services. We do grooming, and other clinics also do the same. Some dogs that have very long hair, and the hair can be matted, and it will be very difficult for the owner to groom. Because if you have a dog with a very long hair, you need to brush your dog every day. That's what people, they don't have that time. So when the hair becomes matted, it's basically like you're going to a salon. So you have your hair fixed. It has to be cut somehow. So we have people who can do that at our clinic.
If you walk into Andy's veterinary clinic, you would find what doctors?
We are a team of 6 doctors. We offer 24-hour service. So at any one point, there's a doctor on duty. We also have assistants, or up to 10 nurses, or 10 veterinary assistants spread across the clinics.
We need to take a short break now, but when we return, we'll hear more about Andy's clinic. Don't go away.
There are easy ways to look after your money. Introducing M-Kesho, the account on your phone. Open yours today at any Equity Bank branch or selected M-Pesa agents countrywide. M-Kesho from M-Pesa and Equity Bank.
Welcome back. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. My guest today is Dr. Anderson Gitare. He's one of the founding doctors at Andy's Veterinary Clinic. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Before we went on the break, you were sharing with us about, running a veterinary clinic, actually educating me. A lot of people would say that's a Western concept. Only the Western people do that because, I'm assuming, because it's costly, and then why? Is that your experience in terms of the Kenyan market?
It's not only Western. In Nairobi and across major towns, people are appreciating the value of having a pet, and you'll find many people adopting pets as their companions.
Tell me about challenges of running a veterinary clinic.
Challenges are like running in any other business, not only veterinary clinic. You have to really manage your cash flow very well, because you have to know how much money comes to the business and how much money you're going to spend in terms of recurrent expenditure and the investment.
2 doctors starting the business initially, and now you're 4, but it's 2 doctors starting the business. How did you structure the business?
We have the managing director who runs, so he's a managing doctor. Okay. That's my colleague Andrew. And then I am the one who handles the financial aspect of it. And then we have another doctor who handles the operations, the day-to-day operations of the clinic. And then we also have a HR person who is one of the doctors. All of us have our own functions, and that's why we are able to run the business. We do have a board meeting at least once in a week. Yes, and we normally set it up for 1 day in a week.
What are some of the lessons that you've learned? I mean, you've been in business now 5 years since you stepped out and decided to do this. What are some of those lessons that you've learned?
Actually, you keep on learning, but most important thing is when you're running a practice or when you're running a business, especially if you're doing it as a sole proprietor, there's a likelihood that you may not really grow to be a very big business. You have to bring people who can come in with different expertise and help you, in running the business. Running a clinic is a bit challenging when you do it. You're doing it as a sole proprietor or you're the only doctor in the clinic.
Running a 24-hour, service, what are the dynamics for that?
There's always somebody at the clinic, 24 hours. So the person will pick the call if he's not able to reach the doctor, and they would now alert the doctor that you need to come and assist.
Was that part of the service from the beginning, that when you opened shop, you decided we'll have a 24-hour clinic, or?
That was the idea when we started, but now it's a realization.
What does it take to be in your kind of business?
First, you must have a veterinary degree from a recognized university. That is one. And then number two, you must be registered by the Kenya Veterinary Board. And then once the board certify that you are able to handle other people's pets or animals, then you can start your own practice. 5
years from now, 10 years from now, what do you see for Andy's?
5-10 years from now, we're looking to be one of the biggest hospitals, veterinary hospitals in East and Central Africa. Yes, and we are working towards that. Dr. Gitari, thank you very much for coming to share your story with us. Very inspiring, very educational for me. I've learned a lot, and I look forward to that referral hospital. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you. You've been watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Have a great week, and God bless.
Road to Success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank. You are listening, caring partner.